All right, let's go. We're here. Let's see how Bungo concludes this saga. Show me.
Thanks for tuning in, y'all. Like many of you, I've been playing games as long as I can remember. They're a core part of what makes me who I am. I believe there's this deeply rooted, often unstated mission of games to keep adventure alive. In 2014, Bungie set out to start a new adventure. Heroes awakened on a desolate planet. A silent god set in our sky. And it wouldn't be long before an ancient enemy, shrouded in darkness, showed up at humanity's door to destroy us. Over the years, our heroes would shape a story far greater than anything we could have imagined. Players would explore deep into the depths of Venus.
Woo!
Hunting a machine
Vault of
god
Glass,
to
baby.
control time itself.
Save Destiny
They
1.
ways to combine their mythic weaponry and their paracausal abilities to stand alone against monsters that took others an entire elite squad. They'd race alongside their friends far into the early morning in the halls of an ancient city where only a select few emerged victorious at dawn, clutching the heart of a dragon. But most importantly, they'd bring their friends and their family into this world.
This right here, this is what I hope the TV show looks like. You know, if there is one coming, which I think there is.
In this adventure, who would become lifelong companions. Now, together, we approach the final shape.
Woo! Yep, let's see it. What's on the other
We're
side of
about
that
to
portal?
embark on the last expedition of Destiny's first saga. So let's be clear about the stakes.
That's the thing, guys. Everyone, I see it on the internet all the time and it drives me insane. Destiny 3, Destiny 3, No. No. Destiny 2 is not ending with the final shape. The saga is. It's just like Marvel. This is the end game, but after end game, you got phase 4, phase 5, and so on. It's the same thing. They're going to continue Destiny 2. It's just going to be a new kind of story.
In the final shape, you will go inside the Traveler.
Oh,
The journey will
wait,
be
we're actually
difficult.
going inside it. Oh,
And what awaits you on the other side of this trek is nothing less than the deadliest entity we have ever faced.
right.
There will be no open betas. There aren't going to be any guides on the internet telling you how to handle what's to come. Whether you've been with us from the beginning, joined us somewhere along the road, or are looking at Destiny for the first time, anybody who shows up on launch day is going to be greeted with this same uncharted world, a vacuum-sealed experience begging for you to be the first person to peel it open. So today is your invitation to go forth and adventure.
Nice. Okay, I thought the portal was on the Traveler from what Asa revealed to us, and you know the how the Veil and the Traveler works. That I thought it was a portal that was on the Traveler because it's paracausal to lead to somewhere else, right? Everyone's been saying it goes inside, but it's like, did we know? Well, I think this is confirmation. Yeah, it goes inside. So let's see it. Okay, this is the Cosmodrome. Is it?
After all these years, we never talked about it. Why I brought you back.
Oh.
Why you were chosen.
Okay, this is interesting.
The truth is, I didn't know then.
Gallahorn.
It was just a feeling. But I know now. After all we've seen, all we've lost, this fight might be our last. So
What is that? What? What were those?
to rise.
Yeah, we've been doing it this whole time. Might as well keep doing it. Whoa. Hey, yo, axes! Let's go! Yo, they're bringing... Okay, is that the new weapon type? Let's go. We've been asking for axes or hammers. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, I saw those mini rolks. I saw that. Okay, that was pretty... That was a good trailer. That was a good... I like that it was narrated by Ghost. I like that it recapped basically the whole story, showing us in the Vaults of Glass with Gjallarhorn. That's very iconic for Destiny 1 veterans. Hell yeah, dude.
This is
The
a
heart of the
momentous
Traveler.
time in Destiny history. We've been building to this moment for the last 10 years.
Yep. Oh, hold on. Gotta check something really quick.
Final shape is the conclusion to that journey. This is a moment in gaming that as a developer you just don't get very often.
Guardians and allies are fighting the biggest threat that the universe has ever seen in this big culmination of the Light and Darkness saga.
Mm-hmm.
When we were thinking of what the final shape could be, it had to be a lot of different things. It needs to pay off this epic confrontation with the Witness that we've been setting up for years. It has to bring you closer to your allies in the Vanguard. It has to be this place that like makes you feel nostalgic.
And it can't be a filler expansion like Lightfall.
The entire journey you've been on.
Like, you guys gotta deliver, okay? Like, I don't... However hype the showcase is, which I'm sure it is, because the Lightfall showcase was hype, the Shadowkeep showcase was hype, the Beyond Light showcase was hype. They were all hype, but you didn't deliver on any of those three. So, however hype the showcase is, can you at least deliver? Can you please over-deliver on this expansion at least? If there is ever a time to over-deliver, I know y'all are terrified of over-delivery because it sets back the next expansion after, which kind of makes sense when you look at the past. The best expansions, the ones that came after them, seem to struggle. And that might be because the staff is overworked and they're behind on, you know, the conveyor belt of making the next one. I guess that's how it works behind the scenes. But please, if there is ever a time to over-deliver, the final shape is the time, because Lightfall was horribly under-delivered. I'm not going to ride that hate train any longer. I'm just saying, please over-deliver the final shape.
We were resurrected by
Please.
Ghost at the very beginning of this story. We didn't know why, but it was for this. The Traveler is asking us for help. And it's our responsibility to protect every living thing in the universe from what the Witness intends to do.
Yep. And now we know what the Witness is and what it wants.
When we first start the final shape, we are finally able to go through the portal that the Witness opened in the Traveler at the end of Lightfall.
Inside is the Pale Heart of the Traveler. That is the stage for our showdown with the Witness.
Okay.
The Witness has the darkness. It has always had a connection to it.
And what is that? Is
The
that...
Traveler is what it's trying to use to gain connection to the light. So with both, it can enact its final shape.
Right.
The Witness looks around and sees a lot.
What is that? Oh, that must be the Pale Heart.
No meaning. It wants to fix all that. So it's trying to put the universe into this frozen perfection where everything's just exactly how it thinks it's supposed to be. That is the final shape.
That's an interesting way to describe it. Isn't it kind of like, if I'm thinking about like the Asa cutscene, isn't the final shape just absence of everything? Just nothingness? You know, no suffering, no life, you know, no more life, no more death, just nothing. Isn't that what the final shape is, according to the Witness? I don't know.
To defeat the Witness, it's going to take everyone. Failure is not an option.
We're gonna need the Vanguard, all of our allies, and all the Guardians to rally together and be brave in the face of oblivion.
In the final shape, we're going to answer questions at the grandest scale But what I find really interesting is that it's also a very personal journey where we deepen our relationships with these characters that we've known for so long. Zavala, Ikora, our ghost, get to reconnect with Cayde 6. So, like, while there's this great conflict,
Yeah, how are you going to do that?
everything going on around us and stakes of just unimaginable heights.
Yeah, how if Cayde's here, does that mean Amanda could be too? Respian, like the dead characters? Like, how does that work?
It's still at the end a story told around campfires by a bunch of companions who have been fighting together for hundreds of years.
In the final shape, we're going through the portal that the witness has opened up to confront it and stop the final shape. Inside the Traveler
And
is this
what is it?
infinite, vast, unknowable advert landing on the Pale Heart, which is a fraction of really what is inside the Traveler.
The Pale Heart is weird. It's a
Whoa.
little strange. It makes you feel a bit uncomfortable. And it is also just so cool and artistic in the best way.
Okay.
The witness entered well ahead of any guardians, and so it's had time to kind of shape what's there. When our guardian enters, the rest of the Pale Heart starts getting shaped also around what we've experienced.
This is the Traveler recreating the world in front of you as it saw on your journey.
One of the most memorable locales from Destiny's past is the D1 Tower. It's really a labor of love from the Destiny team. The final shape means so much to everyone who's building it, and I think players are really going to be able to see that.
The Pale Heart is our very first linear destination that we've ever done. I
Linear.
would love it if players felt that they began their journey in a place of safety and feel it escalate in danger, in surrealness, because there is this beautiful evolution of the space.
They see things that are more and more wrong as they begin to go towards the Witness's monolith. It's kind of this omnipresent, foreboding thing off in the distance.
The weirdest things happen as you get closer to the monolith in the form of reshaping. Kind of like deconstructing things and putting them back together just wrong.
The sense of scale you get out there, like as you're exploring these spaces and you're jumping on these reshaped cuboids of Earth, you feel tiny as a Guardian. You feel alone. You feel like you are not the force to be reckoned with that you have been. You're not the God Slayer right now. You're just this little person jumping from these massive pieces to massive pieces.
The giant head statues are kind of funny.
One of the things that we really try to also capture is that the Witness keeps throwing everything it has at you. And so you're going to fight these new enemies, the Subjugators.
Subjugators
Mini
is the
Rolks.
new unit you're going to be facing in the final shape. They have an enhanced power set. They're performing stasis powers and strand powers to face the Guardian, while in support of all the other enemies you're fighting too.
They bring something entirely new to the battlefield, which is kind of this element of control.
They're back there pinging away with stasis abilities, throwing crystals at you, freezing you in place, tangling you up.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
We're focusing you on the campaign and only the campaign. It's the most important thing in the universe at that moment. You have to stop the final shape from happening.
And for that, we do need the help with our allies. And so we're going to make sure that the core Vanguard team gets back together. Zavala and Ikora and Cayde.
The campaign
Makes sense, yeah.
is just the start of the Pale Heart. After you've reached the monolith and finished the campaign, we open up the entire destination, and so the entire Pale Heart is going to react to you and what you are doing.
The the campaign in the final shape doesn't really end with the final mission. The raids are where you defeat like the big bosses. So it's only natural that when you are going to confront the witness, you're going to do that in the raid.
Ah,
But
nice.
that might not be enough. This is a moment where we need to rally all Guardians to be able to...
That's our confirmation, everyone. The witness is the raid boss. Let's go.
overcome the final shape and the witness.
Oh, yeah. Since I forgot to mention, I had a feeling there wouldn't be a darkness subclass this expansion because of what Joe talked about in his Twitter video where he addressed the state of the game. He said that this expansion is focused on the light, which I thought was a very interesting and specific statement. He basically said it without saying it, that, yeah, guys, there's no new third darkness subclass, which is unfortunate. But it seems to be, yeah, it seems to be that they come out like every 2 years. And it's also interesting because why is it that every expansion that comes out with a new darkness subclass ends up being terrible? Like how? That shouldn't be.
Final shape, we are inside the Traveler, very close to this energy. This allows us to have new supers, Arc, Solar, Void.
We want to create something that turns you into an offensive powerhouse, but also can benefit your allies in a support capacity. There is this thread of team play and like working with your friends to overcome the odds. The Warlock Super is this ultimate expression of solar energy coursing through your Guardian. This Solar Warlock Super is a callback to Radiance from D1.
Other than Golden Gun, this is the only other first-person super in Destiny right now. Your melee's like all these projectiles going off, doubling the amount of...
I'm not sure I like this. I'm gonna be real, guys. I don't like that they focused on the light again. Our light supers are in a good place. They've been updated so many times. I think a third darkness class would have been better for this. Like Strife, I saw the leaks and everyone was getting excited about like Strife, you know, the nightmare-esque, that red like hue looking darkness subclass. I think a new one would have been good because our light supers are in a really good place right now.
Projectiles, your grenade almost being sentient as it searches around, and then it hits a character and bounces off and goes to another one. And you're so overflowing with this energy that you are also giving it to your allies, allowing them to have their solar weapons supercharged, applying Scorch when they're shooting.
The new Solar Warlock aspect, when I cast my Rift,
Interesting.
It is going to create this little solar soul
Ah,
that
nice.
sees an enemy that launches part of itself out and hits the enemy and explodes.
They
and
finally added the solar buddy. That's
Just feels
great.
very alive. Twilight Arsenal. It's a layered super.
This is the only ranged one-off offensive super for Titans in the game. The Titan jumps up into the air, summons this giant void axe, throws it, summons another one, throws it, summons another one, looks at a different group of enemies, throws it. And when
Okay, that's
these
really
axes
cool.
fly through the air, they stick into the ground or an enemy, do their void gravity thing where they suck a bunch of energy and enemies
That's
in
cool.
and then explode. But that doesn't...
All right, hear me out. Same super, but Strife. Imagine that for the Titans, but it's a red axe with like this like crazy darkness red, not fiery, but like nightmarish energy coming off of the axe. Same super, but Strife. I don't like that. I don't like that you guys focused on the light again.
destroy the axe. The axe sticks around, and you and your allies can go and pick up that axe and start wailing on enemies with it.
This super is insane to me.
The Void Titan aspect, I press and hold my grenade button to consume my grenade and turn it into the shield. The more damage it takes, the more it charges up, and then I can release that, and it creates this blast that deals massive damage.
I could see that with a darkness super though. I'm just saying, like a red strife subclass or like a taken one. Let's say the third one is a taken one. You could do that. Like that would look and be really awesome.
the Hunter Arc Super.
Arc is all about finding the shortest distance between 2 points. The Hunter kind of rears back, takes this knife and throws it across the world, and then is able to blink to its position, do the slash that just decimates anyone nearby.
One really great thing about that is not just
that's probably a lot of fun.
once, but you're able to do it 3 times, along with devastating attacks each time you do it.
Yeah, that looks pretty fun.
The Hunter has an aspect. We take our staff, we twirl it in the air, which propels us upward. It creates this burst, which amplifies you and any allies near you.
It almost makes it feel like you're playing a fighting game, right? Like these combos that you're chaining together to do these different moves. It like takes that sandbox to the next level.
The more aspects we have, the more capable we are to do that.
It feels like you're like riding the lightning, you know? Like that instantaneous, like...
That was good, but I think it's more like... You know?
I like it, I like it.
Weapons team has been working on all sorts of goodness. We've got exotics, we've got legendaries, we've got perks. We're always cooking up stuff. We're always playing with stuff that we think is like really interesting or taking inspiration. We have Tessellation, which is this exotic pyramid fusion rifle. It has the really intriguing property of adapting your Guardian's current damage type.
This will be the first time that you can run a weapon that can adapt to be strand or stasis in the energy slot. So you'll be able to run an entirely strand or entirely stasis loadout. Tessellation has the additional property that you can special reload to reshape your grenade and suck it into the weapon, and then fire out a super destructive single projectile. It's a really special weapon.
That's pretty
cool.
cool.
What's the one specific exotic that I can make that's like really zany that you would like right now?
What if Golden Gun was a sniper rifle?
What if you could harness the might of the Traveler? You know, we had a moment where we saw that Traveler beam cutscene. I know people on Weapons went, I kind of want that. You're like, that is incredibly dope.
So we've got this opportunity to bring back these iconic Destiny 1 weapons, but really turn it into something that feels
I remember
unique to
that one.
Destiny 2.
Okay, what are you going to do with, what's it called? Dragon's Breath?
The fold.
The Red Death exotic pulse rifle.
Red Death. Y'all are bringing...
Burn the world, burn it all.
Y'all are bringing Red Death back. Yo! Yeah. I've been hoping they would bring Dragon's Breath back at some point, like some season or something.
We have new weapon subfamilies coming, broadening what existing weapons can be.
Really like bordering on exotic functionality. So for example, we've got a rocket pistol sidearm subfamily. I really liked the special ammo sidearms. This fires tiny, slow-moving rockets. They hit very hard, do a bit of AoE damage. They have a mixture of regular weapon and rocket launcher stats. We're also doing a new support weapon subfamily.
The support frame auto rifle is a type of legendary auto rifle. It'll let you switch seamlessly from firing at enemies to healing your allies.
Nice.
I'm really excited to bring it to dungeons and keep my team alive, honestly.
Weapons team is always coming up with new ideas. We've got a ton of new cool stuff coming over the next few years, and some new and really wild ideas, which we're pretty excited about.
Red Death.
Take a load off.
Wow.
We've got a lot to cover.
Yeah, what have you got for us, Cayde?
This place is only big enough for one dashing hero type, and that's me, so... I'm back! Hey, you two, give me a sec.
Nice.
I was magnificent.
I love Nathan Fillion. He's great.
This is great. Anyone want a hug? Get your rock off my map. Worst case scenario, you die. But who knows? Maybe you won't. Well, better get back to it.
In this moment where we're driving to the end of the Light and Darkness saga, it's great to see Cayde like return to this world at this moment with all this change about to culminate with this confrontation with the long-standing enemy, the Witness.
Cayde is the quintessential hunter. His presence casts such a long shadow over the story of Destiny, whether it was when he was alive or when he was dead.
What Cayde goes through in this journey, how he serves as a catalyst for the other characters, the events that are uncovered to have brought him back. This is how the story had to end. There was no end to the Light and Darkness saga that didn't have Cayde here alongside his friends to finish the job.
Once we started digging into
that's really interesting.
the nature of the Pale Heart, I think that crystallized Cayde's role as a guide. Cayde is Virgil, and he's our guide through this other place. Cayde is the one who is the most appropriate person to be the guide, because that's his job. That's always been his job. It just feels so natural for Nathan to be back in the booth. It felt amazing.
Yeah, I love Nathan
just see him
Fillion.
slip back in the role, like,
He's
without missing a
great.
beat.
Right, instantly.
In the flesh, or metal, as it were.
Cayde's the glue that's always held Zavala and Ikora together. Having him back puts them in a position of questioning where they've been and what they've done without him.
You think about the journey that Zavala's been on and how he's been taken down this dark path, and you think about the weight that's been on Ikora, having to hold the Vanguard together, having Cayde's voice of levity and brightness that he brings to that group. I think is going to be great for them.
Well, at least we have each other.
We want people to take away that sense of reunion and that idea of like the gang being back together for this moment.
I'm here now. Wherever the hell here is.
How though? Okay, so how does he come back though? It's so random, but yet it's also very intriguing to me because I'm like, how? It's obviously not like fully Cayde. This is like some spirit form. He has all his memories clearly, so it's not like Cayde 7, like an exo reset or something. But I'm just like wondering, like, okay, so we're going inside the Traveler. It's this interesting place that's a collage of old destinations. And like I was expecting more of like, you know, like a reality bending kind of destination where like anything goes. Is that what it's supposed to be? Because it kind of doesn't look like that to me. It just kind of looks like a collage of everything. So like if it was like a reality bending thing, then like anything would go. Cayde's there, you know, you got Rasputin, and you know, you got a whole bunch of new disciples. I don't know. That's kind of what I was expecting. At least from the teaser, you know, at least from the teaser of that they showed months ago of, you know, Cayde coming back. That opened a lot of questions I was thinking, how does Cayde come back? How? I want to know. Unlocking the path.
Guardian, the witness poses a dire threat. And the Witch Queen holds the answers we seek. Only if we contend with her sister, Xivu Araf. It rests with me.
Will you come back from this?
Do not be afraid.
What?
Bring me your tithes.
Excuse me, what?
You now wield hive magic and have entwined it with your light. Assault the Spire, Guardian, and open the way to our tithes. Let them know fear.
Is that Xivu or?
Of whispers, and they do whisper. Fight in my name, Guardian. Every opponent you defeat strengthens me. My appetite rises for your brutal tribute.
Whose voice is that?
What it is to be hive.
That doesn't. Is that Xivu?
You have sounded the horn of
Yeah. That's Xivu's voice.
of the greatest death I can bestow.
Season of the Witch. That's weird. That what? What? No, none of that makes any sense. To resurrect Savathun, all you need to do is bring Umaru to her body. That's the whole point. She's a guardian. That's how that works. Like if Zavala dies, all you need to do is just like, oh, okay, cool. Get his ghost, make sure the ghost doesn't die, and then the ghost is safe, and the ghost does its pulsing thing, and he's up. That's the same thing with Amaru, right? What is all this? I'm confused. That's confusing.
The Season of the Witch is our opportunity as players. We've been annihilating and breaking Hive spells, and now we finally get to cast them.
At the end of Season of the Deep, we learn that Savathun has the key to getting into the portal that we need to go into. That means we have to go find Amaru, her ghost. Amaru's like, not so fast. We've got a bigger problem first, and that bigger problem's name is Xivu Arath. If we fight her, she only gets stronger. Eris has an idea. It's a really
good
It's
idea.
a wild ass idea, yeah. She determines like, well, the best way to fight fire is with fire. We are channeling all of that energy that we're creating by going through, by eliminating enemies, and we're tithing to our friend Eris.
Bring me your tithes.
What does that mean for the characters and the players?
Interesting.
To kind of like be like Savathun. And that's where we went down the path of having Hive Eris. We wanted to extend that magical fantasy into the player then. That ability to have overwhelming magical power, that risk and reward into all of our activities and systems experiences. And so that's what led us to come up with things like Deck of Whispers.
Oh, crap. Give me a second. Bad Wi-Fi.
Deck of Whispers. It's this magical deck of cards that creates amazing synergies with your build-craft meta and with buffs and the activities.
They can then choose these cards at will, whichever ones they want, and then that really leans into the build crafting.
You actually are getting cards that you can then use to place on the battlefield and change the way you play.
I am such a sucker for deck building. Like being able to like bring that element into Destiny gameplay has just been like, oh, chess.
It's
really
super
fun.
Interesting. Very Magic the Gathering kind of vibe.
Activities coming with Season of the Witch. We've got Altars of Summoning and Savathun's Spire.
Savathun's Spire is our new 3-player offensive. You're doing a lot more with the Lucent Hive magic, but it's got a high amount of combatant density. It's got additional random encounters that you can come across.
The Witch's Spire itself, Savathun's Spire, was like her reliquary for all these different magical experiments as she was learning the light. You're there in order to learn as much as you can in order to become a master spellcaster, right? To become like Savathun. The Altar of Summoning's activity is really exciting because you can spend like 20 minutes in it or you can spend 2 hours in it.
It's a 3-player experience that you can hop in and hop out of. As you're going through this activity, you're filling the tithing bucket. As that tithing bucket is filled up, you'll get progressively more rewards. And then finally at the end, it'll cash out and you'll get a whole mess of rewards.
We really wanted to make sure that there was a home for any exotic mission content coming in seasons after the year has passed. And so we developed what we're calling the exotic mission Rotator.
Right away, we're getting Presage, Vox Obscura, and Operation Seraph Shield.
This is some of the most fun content the team has making. It's some of the content the fans and players of Destiny love the most.
Been hearing about
that.
that.
The most exciting thing, outside of just the missions themselves, is that every time we put a mission inside of that Rotator, the exotic that comes alongside of it will become craftable.
Yeah. That's exciting.
With Season of the Witch,
I love
we have a
crafting.
brand new Vex lo-fi PvP map coming. It's really exciting. It's got a bunch
Oh,
of...
this I want to see. Y'all know how much I love the Vex network. I mean, my channel is like decorated after it. This I want to see.
We wanted to make sure that we focused
Oh, that
on
looks
combat a little bit more.
that looks
With
really
the new
good.
Vex network map, we really wanted
Wow,
to make
that
sure
looks really. Oh, I like the combination of like Mars and the network. Oh, that looks really good. I want to play that.
Yeah,
That
it's
looks like
hey,
fun.
You're shoulder to shoulder more often. There's not as much deep sight lines that you're interacting with. And a lot of the flow of the map is actually built around this like kind of central pillar of the Vex network that you're orienting around.
And there's also some modes.
Beautiful.
Right?
We've got a new PvP game mode coming that's all about relics. It's about multiple relics, so it's not just
Wait,
one.
Relic? Oh, I want to play that. Y'all, everyone who knows me knows I do not touch Destiny PvP. I don't really like it, except unless it's like private matches with friends, like, or Mayhem, and then maybe like very rarely for like a Catalyst or something, but that though. Relic mode?
Like the
yes!
Scorpion from the past. So we've got the shield.
Okay, that sounds
coming from
fun.
Glass. We've got the spear back from Season of the Risen.
And we've got the scythe from Season of the Haunted.
Woo!
Yeah, so you're going to be reaping Guardians with that thing. It's a lot
Okay.
more tactical gameplay.
It's all about running around the map, claiming these relic dispensers, and then grabbing them in order to push for victory.
That sounds awesome. Wow. I didn't hear about that in like the state of the games or anything. That is so cool. Yes.
You'll take what I need. The words in my throat are the weapon in my fist.
We were feeling pretty Cayde this season. Obviously, there's something in the air. And so when thinking about like, what's a good raid reprisal that would really suit this very Cayde season, there's only one answer.
That makes sense, yeah. That was weird. That was what was weird about Plunder, the fact that King's Fall launched right alongside a Fallen-based season. It was a little bit jarring. You know, I feel like maybe instead it should have been Wrath that was remastered with like a new raid exotic, maybe like a Stasis Sniper, a Stasis Glaive, a Siva Sniper or Siva Glaive, right? Something like that as the raid exotic since Outbreak's already in the game. And then this year it should have been King's Fall with this season. I don't know, it just felt like it would have been more fitting, you know, to have like a Siva Fallen raid during a Pirate Fallen season. Crota's End. Yep, the rumors were right.
I have seen what the Hive call a god.
And they're gonna update it. It's gonna be way harder now. But this is actually exciting. Wait, is that Solstice armor? Yo, that's Solstice. Oh, no way. That's the original. Let's go. Okay, that's awesome. I have no doubt this is gonna be way harder now. Good old Crota. Nice. Yeah, I have a feeling they're gonna make it way harder now. Like, Bungie's not gonna have it. They're not gonna have it with all the complaints about how easy that raid was. It's not gonna be a dungeon, guys. It's gonna kick your ass. Watch. Dang, they brought back the Solstice armor. Oh, that looks amazing. That armor went so hard in Destiny 1. Woo!
Heading into the final shape, we really want to rally all Guardians at the end of the Light and Darkness saga. We want to reduce those power barriers, as well as catch people up on key story beats and make sure that they have a really great and easy time connecting with other players. In the final shape, we're trying to find ways to make power more simple and easy to understand, and also lowering the barrier to entry.
It's going to make it easier for players who have not been able to jump into game easily because they were held back by the challenges in grinding for the power levels that are required by these different activities.
One of the major changes that's going to be happening starting with the final shape is there are going to be a certain number of activities that are going to be power fixed. So it doesn't matter.
Right. Yeah. Ever since what was it? Ever since Season of the Seraph, making the heist battlegrounds power fixed like that was a huge W. And I've been or actually the Witch Queen, ever since the Witch Queen, the Legend campaign, you know, no longer the power level advantage crap where, you know, the most grindy 12-hour a day everyday players will barrel through something, while someone who can only play once a week, like myself, will like struggle really bad. It's like, nah, no more of that. No, everyone's on the equal terms with the GM or the whatever it is, and it's kicking all of our asses. Like, yes, that's the way to do it. Get rid of power leveling. But I'm curious, are they going to get rid of power leveling, or are they going to change it?
Level you are going into it, you're always going to be able to approach it. There's still going to be tiers of difficulty that you can do. Things that are just meant to be experienced a certain way.
Things like Nightfall strikes that still have power enabled, and that's where we're really going to focus the whole power climb.
The raids, the contest modes that everybody loves to engage with, that experience is fundamentally going to be staying the same.
I'm excited for this because I think there will be a lot more clarity for players in terms of understanding the relative difficulty of things, where they sit now in the spectrum.
One way that we're trying to do that that is making it easier for new players to engage with you. So we're introducing something that we're calling Fire Team Power.
You can actually bring your friends along to play any dungeons and raids in the game without having to wait them to be at a certain power level.
Nice.
The person with the highest power in your fire team is actually going to bring all the others close to their power level, which means that there's no barriers really for any other Guardian to join you in this high-level content.
That's weird and kind of complicated. Why not just make it where anyone can play King's Fall, even if you just logged into the game for the first time? Make it where the advantage is not power level or no power level. Make it where the advantage is the weapons you bring and how you play. You feel me? Like, isn't that so much more simple? That's how the Witch Queen campaign was, and the Lightfall campaign was. The Legend versions, I mean, that you can just go in as you were. You didn't have to level up or anything. It was at a fixed difficulty, and it's not about like your level that makes the difference in the activity. It's how you play it. Like, what weapon are you going to bring in? What are you not going to? That would incentivize, new players who are playing this, and it kicks their ass, right? King's Fall kicks their ass, or Root. I don't know. Root's pretty easy, but like they go into a raid on like day one. They just finished the new light quest, which, by the way, you guys really need to fix that. Like, change that. It's awful. But let's say you're a new player and you just play King's Fall and it kicks your ass and you can't beat it. So that incentivizes you to, go after exotics. Like, do the grind to get Gallahorn, do the grind to get Outbreak, or is Whisper's not in the game, is it? Can you get it from anywhere? Dang, they need to. I don't know. Can new players get Whisper? I really don't know, but you know what I mean. Like, to get like you're playing with like some veterans, right? And they're saying, oh, in order to beat Oryx, you need a sleeper. Sleeper's a good one to go get. So then, yeah, that new player is incentivized to go do the activities they need to do to get the materials to buy sleeper, and boom. You know what I mean? Isn't that so much more simple? What's with this weird power level sharing system? This kind of seems pointless.
And just combined with Fireteam Finder, it also allows you to find strangers, people you've never played with before, and have that same experience. That's all regardless of the power level of you and the rest of the people in your fire team.
Fireteam Finder is the new feature that's coming in Season 23, aimed at helping connect and find other people to complete the best and most aspirational content in Destiny.
Oh, yeah.
We have a tag system that allows players to be able to say, well, this is my play style. I'm really chill. I'm anti-sweat.
They actually named it after the actual LFGs. I love that. I'm not making fun of it. That's really funny because the actual tag is chill. Because we all know how toxic LFGs can get, because human beings in the 21st century have no social skills, so everyone is just at each other's throats right off the bat. So to like join LFGs, you just gotta like put chill in your know what to do King's Fall Rolk LFG, like chill. By the way, we're chill. We're chill. Oh, look at these though. Look, clan recruiting, competitive, first time, meta loadout. Okay, so meta loadout would be like quick run, like because I do a lot of LFGs, so lots of time. That could be friendly for people who are not really rushed, and just like the kind of runs that's like a chill, like we're not in a hurry, and then short on time for like quick run. You know what I mean? You ever do like a VOG run where you're just like, you just want to do it quick, you just want the spoils, right? Something really easy, really fast. You're like, okay, you make an LFG for Vault's Glass, like VOG, quick run, know what to do, please. And it's like, yeah, they got that here. I like this. Guardian rank minimum. Oh God, please don't tell me people are gonna put like 11 as a minimum for like a quick run of something like VOG. Don't, no. Community, don't do that. I'm talking to the Destiny community right now. Don't do that, please. Don't like put like level 11 minimums. Just 6 is enough to do Vault of Glass or something. You put like 11 minimum for, I guess, like Grandmasters or something, like actually, or like a day one raid race. But you won't want an LFG for a day one raid. So please don't put 11 minimum. You know how hard it is to get to rank 11?
Here to have a good day.
Sorry, I'm rambling, but this is probably why you guys clicked on mine to see what I have to say, so this is what I have to say.
Tags really allows players to show a little bit more personality, show a little bit more about what they're about. I think what's really great
Greetings, hello friends, help offers, serious offers only. This is awesome. Wow.
about it is with this launch, we're also looking at
Wow.
including inclusion tags.
As an example, one of the inclusion tags that we have are for colorblind players. Hopefully the inclusion tags will
Wow.
be close.
Yeah, you won't want to play my raid, Cry of the Gardener. If you're color, no, I'm kidding. You wouldn't Cry of the Gardener. You wouldn't call it out by colors. You would call it out by the elements themselves for colorblind players. I forgot to mention that in the video, by the way, for everyone who watched that. It's my best video on the channel. Go watch it, please. My traveler raid.
Closer to finding their community and even closer to the people that they're playing with. So once a listing goes live, players will be put into a listing lobby where players can gather, they can communicate with each other.
That is
so we
awesome.
wanted to make it as convenient and as easy as possible for players to not just sit and stare at a screen for a long time while their listing actually fills up.
As a gamer who's typically
That's awesome, dude. You have no idea how boring and how just awful it is when you're trying to join an when you're trying to join an LFG and you're just sitting there in orbit waiting waiting for the invite or waiting for the people to join who you invited. It's like, yes. Yes.
more solo. And
Yes.
I'm especially excited about this because it really is about helping reduce that anxiety and burden that comes with trying to make a new connection.
Okay, that goes hard. That shot right there, that goes hard.
The feature coming out today that I'm incredibly excited about is Timeline Reflections. Essentially what we have done is
What?
we
What
went
is
back
that?
to previous expansions and pulled out missions that we felt really represent key narrative beats within our story. We're going to have a mission for Forsaken, mission for
Yes!
as well as a mission for Witch Queen.
Oh my god, yes! They got a new player recap in the game! Yes!
The neat thing about these missions
Finally!
is they're not going to be like one-to-one for how you would experience them in the campaign. You're also going to get additional pieces of narrative fed to you to like identify like, hey, this is why it's important that this happened. And
Dude, yes! Finally! Oh, I'm so glad you guys did that. Thank you. I'm not even a new player. I don't need this. It drives me crazy seeing it from the perspective of a new player, seeing this complete jumbled mess of you start watching, I don't know, Breaking Bad like right in the middle of season 5, right? But instead of you being able to watch season 1, 2, 3, and 4, it's just like these like hyper recaps, and the show is like throwing you into the new episodes going, here's what's going on, and you're like, what's the context? Like, no, that's not, no. Like the automatic cutscenes, you know, that Destiny 2 does, and the automated missions. Get rid of that, please. That is terrible for new players. Horrible. Don't do those, please.
care the people you met along the way.
A really big one that's really timely for Final Shape is Cayde's last stand from Forsaken.
Right. That was a really good mission, actually. Honestly, the best one in Forsaken.
This is a moment that a lot of players, new and old, are going to come back to Destiny. I think this is just the right time to introduce features that are going to allow those players to jump right in and find people to play with and enjoy this content regardless of their power level.
Okay, so here's what they should do. Here's what you should do. You should play the intro cutscene of Forsaken, let the new player play the intro cutscene, see how Cayde dies, and then give them the option to do the... no, that's about it. No, I was about to say do the Baron hunts, but nah. Do like a really quick recap of what happened in Forsaken, of like the Barons being taken down one by one, and then you take down Uldren, you kill him, and then show the cutscene where Glint comes and resurrects him, and then boom, you're done with the Forsaken recap. On to the next one. And then you're just, you're onto the seasons, you're onto Shadowkeep, and the new player's like, oh, okay, I get it. So this is the context. Oh, so this is why Crow is such a conflicted character. Whoa. And then they see Season of the Haunted, right? And they see like all this crazy stuff that happened in that season. They're like, wow, Savala's got a crazy backstory. Yes, Bungie. Yes, do that. Yes. That is such a huge W.
We're reaching the end of this 10-year journey. What comes next?
The episodes. And the new way we're going to tell stories moving forward.
What's really important about episodes is that it's a really big shakeup to what we've been doing. Instead of providing 4 seasons a year, you are going to get 3 larger episodes. And so the first 3 episodes in this coming year are called Echoes, Revenant, and Heresy. It's coming right after the final shape.
Okay, Echoes sounds like the 9. Revenant sounds like Stasis. What is it? I'm thinking like my mind is exploring the lore. Thinking Revenant. Aside from the super, what is Revenant? Heresy obviously means hive. Heresy and like the green. That obviously has to do with the hive. What is Revenant? Could that be Fallen? That might.
Revenant and Heresy.
Interesting.
It's coming right after the final shape. And the theme for the year is going to be all about the consequences and aftermath of the final shape. I think it's really the cornerstone of the episode model that.
Oh! Okay, I was right. Wait, what is Echoes? What is that? That's not. Oh, that's not the 9. What is that? That looks like a player, but like with the nightmare aesthetic. Revenant, Scorn, Heresy is Hive. Okay, I was right about, yeah, you know, you hear the word Heresy, you immediately think Hive, but Revenant is interesting. Okay, that's kind of cool.
What we're building is the 3-act structure.
Oh, nice.
The acts act as these anchors for us to introduce new weapons, new artifact mods, new activities. There's going to be new missions coming around the core. There'll be new story moments in every single one of these acts. We're actually providing more cinematic styled experiences throughout the final shape year and the episodes with it than any of the seasons we've ever developed.
Guys, that's literally a season. Look at this. That's literally a season. That's a season. 6 weeks of story, new stuff, new activities. That's a season, guys. They're trying to break up the seasonal model, and you know what? I give them credit for it, but come on, I can see right through it. That's a season.
In every single one of these acts, we're actually providing more than any of the seasons we've ever developed before.
It's literally a season.
Are actually playable as standalone. Like each episode is something you can experience, whether you've been playing Destiny for 10 years or this is your first one.
Ooh, okay.
You'll be able to basically enjoy them in any order you want to.
I think the opportunity with this big epic moment is that we get to innovate the game. We get to move the game forward.
It's all about change frequently. It's all about deeper story moments. It's all about more weapons, more loot, more often. And it really provides the team with a platform to go much deeper into the themes and fantasies and story of any individual episode as compared to the seasons you know of today.
I'm so excited to see what the narrative team can do with this kind of new platform of storytelling.
Nice.
Episodes provides this awesome foundation for the future.
Wait, that's Fickrell. Wait a minute. That's Fickrell. Yeah, he's still around. We haven't heard anything. I wonder if he'll show up in Season of the Witch. You know, like ever since the Tangled Shore got sunset, Fickrell didn't like die. He's still out there. You know, he created the Scorn. He's the first Scorn. So I'm just thinking, like, that's interesting. Revenant has something to do with Fickrell if he's in the concept art.
Of Destiny.
We're moving into the next stage of Destiny.
That probably has to do with Xivu Arath, because I have a feeling Xivu Arath is not going to be in the final shape story.
I think some people look at the final shape and they think Destiny 2 is coming to the end. And in many ways, it's the opposite.
No.
We're leaning in. We're putting the pedal to the metal. Episodes provide us a new, innovative way for players to engage with Destiny 2 throughout the year.
Nice.
What makes a guardian a guardian? Devotion, bravery, sacrifice. We know that we were chosen for a reason. By something greater
Mr. Reddick, I salute you, good sir, and your great work in acting and voice acting.
Shaped by the fires of each new battle, we are forged and sharpened into what we must become for the fight ahead. We are the final line that halts the second collapse.
All of us. Every Titan. Every Warlock. Every Hunter.
What is it the Guardians say? Devotion inspires bravery. Bravery inspires sacrifice.
Sacrifice leads to death.
The line between light and dark is so very thin.
thin.
This is a really good montage. Wow.
Let's cross it together.
There are things out in the dark that only the dark can overcome.
Drifter.
You've heard
Best character in
the
Destiny.
stories of the traveler's sacrifice, of darkness descending upon humanity.
Our purpose is its end. This time, there is no escape.
Are you guys gonna do recaps for Destiny 1 as well? I hope so, because you want currently the top right of Destiny 2, you know, it shows you like a quick little like blurb snippet of the previous expansions, right? But it only goes back to the Red War. You guys should show Destiny 1, Vault of Glass, Dark Below, House of Wolves, Taken King, and Rise of Iron, because those are relevant, like especially Taken King, that's relevant to the story. You know, Destiny 1, you had the Black Heart, destroyed that, Exo Stranger disappeared for like 10 years. And then you had then you had Crota, you had Skolas. Skolas is really significant. That's where they first introduced Petrovenge and Varix, and then you had, you know, Oryx. Oryx is extremely significant in the Destiny story. So I'm like thinking, please tell me you're gonna recap players on Destiny 1 too. Compared to Destiny 2, it only went on for 3 years, but those 3 years, stuff happened. Rise of Iron, like, yeah, you know, the Siva stuff was filler, but it was really good filler. Like, we all know it was filler. They made Rise of Iron to keep players occupied while they worked on Destiny 2, but it's still relevant. That's the backstory of the Iron Lords. That's the backstory of Rasputin and how he killed them, and using Siva, and how, like, you know, Siva got out and the Fallen got a hold of Siva. It's like, yeah, that story is still relevant for the whole saga. I don't know. I feel like I hope you guys add like recaps for Destiny 1, even if players can't play it. It would be nice.
An exciting year for Guardians. We get to make good on a promise that we made way back in 2014. There was rock blasting, fire team racing across our solar system.
That trailer, by the way, that trailer right there, I know which one that he's referencing. That first live action trailer is the perfect model for a Destiny TV show.
A simple message. Become legend. Today, you got a glimpse at how we'll be cementing your legend in this upcoming year. We're going to be heading inside the Traveler, experiencing a destination unlike anything we've ever built before. We'll face the biggest bad we've ever made, and we'll do this all alongside a streamlined progression system, allowing us to easily play with friends in any content in the game. And as the dust settles in the final shape, we're going to continue our legends in Echoes. It's Destiny's first episode in a new phase of storytelling for Guardians, with brand new conflicts born from the resolution of the Light and Darkness saga. These first episodes are just the beginning. But if you're chomping at the bit to see how the Light and Darkness saga is going to kick off the future of Destiny 2, we've got a ton of great content for you to jump into today. Going live after this, we've got Season of the Witch, with a new story, new weapons, new armor, new activities, and new PvP content.
Oh my god, I want to play that map so bad. That looks so good. I love the Vex Network. Please give us a Gambit Vex Network map. Please, 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 please.
Missions, allowing any of your friends to jump into the game and get up to speed on what's happening in this world. Then, next week, a brutal reprisal of Crota's End is going to join the ranks of our aspirational content.
I love they said brutal reprisal. Guys, for everyone watching this, if you know you're watching my reaction to see what I think, I appreciate you. I thank you so much. Please understand. Crota's End is going to kick your ass. Bungie, whenever players make fun of something for being too easy, you bet your ass when that thing comes back, it is not going to be easy. This raid reprisal is going to be reworked, just like they reworked King's Fall and Vault of Glass, and it's probably going to be one of the hardest. Because think about Ghost of the Deep, for example. Ghost of the Deep kicks your ass if you're not ready for it. Like, you know, if you're esoteric, yeah, sure, you'll get through it, no problem. And I'm sure he'll be able to solo flawless this new Crota's End as well. But like, bro, I still have not soloed Ghost of the Deep, mostly because of error codes. But it's just, that dungeon is just, it's too hard, bro. At least for me, it's really hard to solo. It's really hard. Like, doing it with friends, it's great. I love the high health bar of the enemies, actually. But soloing that, oh my god, no. Ektar and Simona, nope. So, and I don't know about y'all, but like Hive content, especially in the end game, it ain't no joke. Have you played the Heist Battlegrounds Mars GM? It's no joke. It kicks your ass.
Crota's End is going to join the ranks of our aspirational content.
Woo!
I can't wait to see you all in the throne world as we learn more about the final shape and how we can stop it.
Oh, we kind of already did, but okay. I'm gonna be real. I'm not feeling it with the destination. The destination, it's aside from like the witnesses portion of it, which looks really cool. The rest is just just kind of looks like, it just looks really basic, like pretty looking traveler aesthetic. I don't know. I'm not feeling the new destination, to be honest. Like that right there. That right there. That is cool. That I like. But the rest is just, it's just kind of painfully mediocre, to be honest.
Do not be afraid. Bring me your tithes. After all these years, all we've lost. This fight might be our last. So I'm asking you to rise. One last time.
Oh, I'd like to see this. What do you got for us? I really like the Witch Queen Collector's Edition. I wish I got it. I wish I got that one. I would have liked one of those Hive Ghosts. Those sold out so fast.
Collector's Edition. We try and recreate items from the universe for
All right,
players to
what you got for
enjoy
us?
outside of the game. So this year we're doing a Destiny 1 tower.
Oh!
We try to
Yo!
work hard at thinking about 10 years of Destiny.
That's
and
hot.
how best to encapsulate that experience.
Even as the game dev who've worked on it since day one, like I think having it be the tower is super exciting for us because
That
it's
is
gonna kind of
awesome.
catalog your journey of
Oh, I'm gonna be honest, guys. I don't want to buy this expansion because I'm not feeling the final shape. I'm really not. Like the quality of life changes and all that. That's gonna come with the base game. Like, yeah, I'm thinking of going into that free to play, to be real. But that, I want that. I really want that. That's really cool.
when we first started playing.
I really want
Destiny
that.
all the way to now.
That looks awesome.
The tower, it's kind of like the beacon in which you're a place you can call home.
You get the tower.
Why is it black though? Shouldn't it be white? Because the tower is mostly white. Either way, it's really awesome.
And then there are actual figures of the Vanguard mentors that
they're both bald.
accompany that architectural model.
I love that Cayde one. That's so cute.
There's a lot of like hidden messages and hidden things.
There's gonna be some fun surprises. We're always trying to push the envelope. And so we've been playing a lot with magnetic locks and sound effects, and lights, just sort of make this experience as a whole.
Y'all are tempting me so bad right now. Oh my god, I don't want that. I don't want to buy the expansion because I'm not feeling it, but I want to get that. Y'all are tempting me so hard right now.
Really special. It's sort of the perfect symbol of Destiny. I'm so excited for it.
Yeah, it kind of is. It kind of is, yeah. There's just something so iconic about that. Okay, that art goes hard. Wow, that looks really good. That key art that goes hard. Damn. Man, y'all are making me want to get that tower. That little mini figurine tower. I want that, bro. Okay, this is the post show. Cool, cool. I'm not feeling it. The expansion, the destination, and the supers, I'm not feeling it, to be honest. I like Cayde's return. That's great. I love Nathan Fillion. Nathan is the best. But the mini Rolks, nah, not feeling that. I think the Tormentors are way cooler. Those don't really look that good. I'm sure they'll get polished. They'll probably play really well, but like Rolk is one of a kind, and it feels special to keep him as one of a kind. But there's no new enemy race in this expansion. Wow. No space battles. I mean, that would have been really cool if that was a thing, but that feels like a lot to ask for. I'm not feeling the new supers. We've already seen that time and time and time again. We saw that in Forsaken, we saw that in Taken King, we saw that in the Witch Queen year. It's like, okay, how many times are you going to update the light supers? Just why don't you just give us a third darkness one? 3 light, 3 darkness, finish off the saga. That feels right. You know what I mean? That feels right. That feels complete. Have Cayde wielding the new Strife subclass. And I saw the leaks, and that's really cool. You know, that's like, I was getting excited. I was reading the leaks about what this expansion shows. I see some of them are wrong, some of them are right. That is awesome. I wish the whole destination looked like that. That right there. Wow. But yeah, like these mini Rolks, I'm not digging it, guys, to be honest. They're just kind of copy and paste Tormentors and Rolk, and it's just like, that's just another new unit, which is cool, I guess. You know, I like the new units that they add into the game. I like the Tormentors especially, but I would have liked a new enemy race or a new subclass or like space battles or something really significant, something like really groundbreaking. I like the LFG system quality of life changes and how that works. That's really cool. I want to see that in game. Oh, the new exotics, yeah, they're okay. What's coming after is really interesting to me. This is interesting. This I like. This is cool. So they're linearizing the seasonal model to make it not so much content drops but story drops, which they were already going in that direction with the seasons, which is why I've been telling people the seasons are more so like TV shows. They're not really content drops. Those are for the yearly. They do drop content, but that content is to serve the story. So it seems like they're really focusing on the word episodic, and I like that. I dig it. These are literally seasons, 3 seasons instead of 4, which is smart. That's something that I've actually been saying for a while. I just never made a video on it, that it should be 3 seasons in the year, not 4, because the first season is pretty much pointless, and just have the expansion cover that time period. We didn't really need Season of the Risen or Season of the Undying or Season of Defiance. We didn't really need those. Those were kind of pointless. They didn't really serve any purpose. Anything that they served in the story, the narrative, could have happened in the other seasons, and any activities they had could have been in the other seasons or could have been in the expansion themselves. We didn't really need Season of Defiance. I would have preferred if instead of making Season of Defiance, you would have used those resources, put those into Lightfall, made Lightfall a little bit better, not so bad, and boom, we're cooking. So I'm glad they're doing that this time. This is actually smart. This is pretty smart in my opinion. So after Heresy ends, are they going to do another 3 episodes and another 3 and another 3 and another 3 every year? Or are they going to do expansion drop 3 episodes, expansion drop 3 episodes? Don't know. Who knows? I don't know. But this was a good call in my opinion. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a sucker for this. I kind of really want that. I kind of really... Those little figures are adorable, especially the Cayde one. And the fact that the other 2 are bald. The other 2 are bald. I love them. I love that. I don't think I want to buy the expansion, to be honest, guys. Might change my mind later, but I'm not feeling it. I might just go free to play. How are y'all feeling? What do y'all think of the final shape, the showcase? This was my honest opinion. You saw what I got hyped at. You saw what I was kind of like towards. I'm being real. I have not seen any other reactions. I've not seen, this is unbiased, just my honest opinion where I've been apathetic from Destiny for like the last 2 months especially. So I'm kind of excited to go try out Season of the Witch right now. And yep, that's my thoughts. What do you think? What do you think of the final shape? Thank you all so much for watching. See you next time.